flikker het aan. Tien, 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 tien. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay. Audio stream bitrate. Hello guys. Let's see if I'm live. Channel. Hi guys, can you hear me? I'm showing you a live view of the Venus-Jupiter conjunction. It's with a wide field telescope, as you can see, because otherwise I cannot get them in one field of view. But I thought I have them in my field of view, so we have clear skies tonight in the Netherlands. I thought I might as well show you the conjunction. Oh, and a lot of planes. Hey, let's see. Vic is here. Hey, Vic. How are you doing? Conrad. Still no tulips, but we're getting close. We're getting close. And yeah, in case you missed it, but I don't think you missed it. But yeah, if you look towards the west in the night sky during this night, the 28th of February, or the 1st of March, or March 2nd, or the 2nd of March, you will see Venus and Jupiter very close together in the night sky. So it's actually a more beautiful view if you just go out and look just towards the western horizon yeah, in the night sky. You will see this kind of picture. So I'm using a black and white camera, a monochrome camera. So we're looking at Jupiter and Venus. You can guess which one is Jupiter and which one is Venus. Richard is here. Hey, Wido, we can hear you. That's good. Goedenavond vanuit Antwerpen. Goedenavond, Django. Tempted to pop the cover of my pier, but scalded out and the clouds are rolling in. Oh, that's unfortunate. Where are you from, Anthony? So, yes, we are here. And of course, you have some time to think about it. But Jupiter is the upper left... yeah, the upper left planet. You can see it. And you can also see, if you look carefully, you can see the moons of Jupiter. So I can try to show you more of a close-up view, if you like. Yeah, let's do that. And I'm also testing a new mount, the ASI AM5, so the ZWO mount. You see, there are a lot of planes here. So it's I'm close to Schiphol. That's the biggest airport in the Netherlands. So you will see, I could say that these are aliens, of course, visiting our Earth, but I'm pretty sure they are planes. Let's not make it more exciting. Let's see. So we tried to get a little bit of a close-up of Jupiter. I don't have the right camera installed, but anyway, we can try and see what we get. Oh, wait. I also have my guiding on. I should cancel that first. Oh, the guiding was pretty good. Alright, let's try to focus on Jupiter first. So I have to go a little bit down. Let's see how far we can get here. But yeah, I'm not having the perfect setup for this. But still, we can see the Galilean moons. At least I can see 3 of them. Maybe even 4. Let's see, let's try to get it in the middle. And let's try to zoom in here. Here we are. So this is Jupiter with the 4 Galilean moons. You can see just one on the side here. Oh, that's not so bad, but let's see what happens if I tune down the gain. Can we actually see something of Jupiter? No. I need to Oh, it's very small. How far can we get? 800? Nah, it's still not 320 by 240. Okay, this is like the best we can get. Let's see. So I'm using a wide field camera, the ASI 2600 mono. Let's see if we can zoom in here to 400 or something. So this is a black and white view of Jupiter. You can see the cloud bands. Yeah. Here, if you look carefully, you can see the cloud bands of Jupiter here. Ah, still pretty cool. Anthony is from the UK. Is it cloudy in the UK? I'm in the Netherlands. I'm pretty close to you. I got 16 good clear hours on the Flaming Star Nebula. Congratulations. But that's a nice nebula to catch in the winter. So here we can see, maybe I can tune down the exposure time a little bit. Now this is as good as it gets with this wide field setup. I am using an 80mm telescope here at 500mm focal length. Because later this night I'm planning to do some deep sky astrophotography. What I thought would be nice, I think we have about 1 hour until Venus and Jupiter will set below the horizon here. So maybe zoom out again and see if we can catch these nice Galilean moons with the planets, with Jupiter. Let's brighten it up a bit. So here they are. And now you can clearly see that there are four Galilean moons, right? Maybe do this and then this. Here you can see them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can find out which Galilean moons are which, and let's also center it again. Oh yeah, now I'm zoomed in, so maybe reduce my tracking to 8. Here we go. And we can also look at Stellarium. How can I show you this image? Stellarium. Here we go. Oh, it's still here's oh. So can you see Jupiter now? I guess so. Oh, it's not really. Should I put it here? Okay, it's a bit tricky to show you, but let me try and zoom in. So this is the situation we have. I'll view it's a little bit to the side. Maybe if I put it like this, you can see it better. Let's zoom in. So this is the situation right now. Oh, we have the red spot in the middle of Jupiter. So if you have a good high focal length, long focal length telescope up at night, you can see the red spot. And here we have the two cloud bands, and you see on the right hand side, or on the yeah, I would say below Jupiter, we have Io, Ganymede and Europa. So if you compare that to the live view, let's see. So the closest one, oh, that's another one, that was January. The closest one is Io, and then the second one is Ganymede here. Io, oh, can you see it? Io, I have to do this. This is Io, this is Ganymede, and the third one was Europa. So that's not Europe, where I'm from, but Europa, one of the Galilean moons of Jupiter. This is an ice moon, super nice, but people think, or astronomers know, that there is like maybe a subsurface ocean on Europa. We will have some missions to that moon later in the, I think 2028, 2030, something like that, or 2028. There is an ESA and a NASA missions going to Europa, so that would be pretty cool to watch. Io, Ganymede, Europa, I have to, and then this is probably Callisto on the top left, I think. Let's check to be sure. Yeah, that's Callisto. So that's the fourth Galilean moon. So, and if we reduce the, so this is let's see, if we go in all the way here, let me see what I can show you. This is as good as it gets with my 500mm focal length telescope. Let's put it in the center again. Okay. And let's reduce the exposure time. So you see here, this is Jupiter. You see what the problem is with a low focal length telescope of 500 millimeters focal length telescope. You can see the cloud bands a little bit, but I'm at about 2 arc seconds. If you're a telescope owner with a camera, you know what I'm talking about. So you see a very pixelated picture of the planet here. So if you want to have a good quality view of Jupiter, I would say check out one of my other live streams where I use a 2000 millimeter focal length telescope, the Edge HD 8-inch, to get a really good close-up of Jupiter. But still, it is nice to see Jupiter and the Galilean moons here. So maybe we should also take a look at Venus, because that's the conjunction, and the best conjunction, or the closest approach, is tomorrow on the 1st of March. So let's zoom out here. And what do I need to do? I need to up my gain, I think. Ah, there they are again. I did something. Let me see what's going on. So why can't I see? Maybe 1 second. What happened? That's strange. Let's think. I did something wrong, of course. I was at 320. Yeah, we're still here. Okay, this is 320. Can we not go to 6? Oh, the camera is playing tricks on me, I think. Here we go. Yeah, I'm zoomed in at 400% here. Okay, so here we have Jupiter. Sorry, my mistake. So let's go down a bit and see if we can catch Venus in the same view here. So here this is completely zoomed out. You see how small Jupiter and the 4 Galilean moons are right now. So this is at 500 millimeters focal length, basically. So if you have like a 400 or 500 millimeter telelens on your camera, this would be the view you could get with a camera and like a photo how do you call it? Photo lens of about 500 millimeters. So let's go down again. Can we see it? It's moving all the way. Let's go down. We should be seeing Venus. Here is Venus. So here we have the conjunction again. I think right now they are about 1 degree apart. So pretty nice to watch. Let's see if you have anything to report in the chat. Hey, a lot of people here, 40. Welcome to the stream. Hi everybody. Doc Crazy is in the house. Yankee, Benedict. Fleur de miel. Oh, honey. Like honey flower. It's fabulous to see them. Thank you, Benedict. Europa is a big mission. Hey, that's Chris. Thanks. Hi, cute kitten. Yes, we are looking at Venus and Jupiter. So once again, am I showing you this actually? Yeah. So once again, this is the conjunction here. This is stellarium. So this is a virtual view. We have Jupiter and Venus tonight in the night sky. And let me also show you, because this is tonight. Let's put it a bit here and down so that you can see it. So this is tonight, and let me also show you the view we're going to get tomorrow. So this is tomorrow. I love you tomorrow. It's only a day away here. This is tomorrow. So you can see that tomorrow we will get a much closer view still of Jupiter and Venus. So this is today. This is the 1st of March. So this is the 28th of February and the 1st of March. So definitely watch out for this conjunction tomorrow. And maybe I will try to catch it again with, if I have clear skies, with another camera, a camera that can zoom in more on the planets. So, but it has to be clear. I'm not sure if it's clear. Now, right now, I'm using this camera. Anyway, doesn't matter so much. Let me show you the live view again. So, oh, here we have another UFO. Definitely a plane here. So as you can see, I'm taking 1 second exposure. So you see this plane moving at 1 second, chick, chick, and now it's going to be fried by Venus. But it's not, because Venus is, I don't know, how far is Venus? Like 50 million, 100 million kilometers, I guess. But right now it's maybe like here, 204 million kilometers away, Venus. And Jupiter, let me also check out Jupiter. So 200 million kilometers, is that in miles? Is that's like 150 miles, something like that? Million miles. And Jupiter is 863 million kilometers away. So that's, so some people actually worry that Venus and Jupiter will be too close and then they will collide or something like that. But then you have to think about the 3D perspective. So we're looking at this picture as if these planets are like on the same plane in 2D. But actually there is like about 600-700 million kilometers they are apart. So don't worry about that. And so don't worry about collisions or anything of the planets. Unless the sun will disappear, then as long as that doesn't happen, we're fine. Alright, so let's go to Venus. I don't think we can see a lot. Venus is a pretty bright planet, but still it is interesting to see if we have a full disk of Venus, or maybe a little bit of a moon shape, like a crescent shaped planet. Sometimes we have that because Venus is so close to the Sun. It's one of the inner planets, of course, together with Mercury. And then we don't get a full face-on view of the surface. And actually Venus, of course, is shredded in clouds. Or how do you say this? There are a lot of clouds on Jupiter, so we can't see the surface of Venus, I have to say. Of Venus, we can't see the surface. Also of Jupiter, right? We can't see the surface. But maybe we can see its shape. So let me zoom in a little bit here. Let's go 9 HD. Yeah, okay. So let's put it in the center again. So this is Venus. Okay, it looks pretty round. James, my biggest fan, and I'm the biggest fan of James. 500mm focal length. Yep. Why won't it work? I don't know what you're talking about, cute kitten. Aliens are looking at us the same way we are. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? But the closest exoplanet is, of course, about 4 light years away, right? So there is one exoplanet found in around the nearest star. So it's Proxima Centauri. Anyway, so if they're looking back at us, they would look 4 years back in time. So they would see the Earth as it was in 2000 and what is it? 18, 19 during the COVID pandemic. Anyway, can we zoom in a little bit more here? Tin, 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 tin. Ooh, yeah. Now we get the same. Okay, so now I'm really close here. So here we have Venus. So this is the brightest planet in the night sky at the moment. It's a -4 magnitude, and like the lower the magnitude, the brighter the object in the sky. And it's so bright that even when the stars are not out yet, so we're talking just after sunset, you can already see Venus and Jupiter also, by the way. You can see both of the planets hanging, like silently hanging there just above the horizon, floating there in the night sky. And a lot of people that are not aware of any kind of planetary conjunction, they just mistake it for a UFO. So I'm sure that there are a lot of UFO reports during this month because Jupiter and Venus are so close together in the night sky, and they just seem to float on the low above the horizon, above the western horizon. So try to take a look at that. Now you can see I'm only getting. Oh, here we have something, but yeah, it's really nasty with this. So this is a really pixelated view. So if I like limit the exposure time all the way down, nah, we can't really see the surface or anything. I'm sorry about that. So it looks a little bit like a star, but this is definitely a planet. This is Venus. I can't make out the shape actually, unfortunately. So this is the closest I can get right now. Right. We can even get a custom field of view. Can that seriously? So like 150 by 150. That would be really crazy. Nah. So you can actually see the pixels on my camera here. So can't make out the shape. So let me increase the exposure again. So here we have Venus. And we could take a look at Stellarium. Stellarium, Venus. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. Let's get rid of that triangle, that rectangle, sorry. So this is Venus right now. It's supposed to be almost, we can, yeah, it's almost, we can see the entire surface of Venus. Now you can see it's a little bit, like it's 80% lit or something. Let's check. So it's 85% illuminated by the sun right now. So we see that 50%, that last 50%, that we can't see it because the sun isn't shining on that part of Venus. It's in the shadow. So that's why we can't see it. Just like the moon has its different phases, so do the inner planets. They also have their different phases. So pretty interesting. And yeah, Venus will be in the night sky for quite some time. So whenever you're looking west in the evening sky and the stars aren't out yet and you see this bright yellow spot, it is Venus. All right. So let me, am I showing you? Yeah, let me show you the picture again of the conjunction. So let's see how much time do I have left actually. Let's here they are above or below the horizon. So 2045. So in about 45 minutes, they will be setting both the planets will be below the horizon. So I will just show you this for half an hour. So let me quickly go back here, and oh, you can't really. Let me. Oh, I'm struggling to show you the picture. So let me show you this. Then it's more centered. Okay, let me zoom out again. So let me actually show you the conjunction. So we're now focusing on one planet or the other planet. So let's go back to 6,000 by 4,000 pixels more or less. And then let's bring the zoom back here. And let's increase. So here we have Venus again. Now it's a little dot, as you can see. Maybe also increase the gain a little bit here. Anyway, let's take about 1 second exposures, and yeah, let's see, maybe increase it a little bit again so we can see it. Whoa, that's a bit too much. All right, so, and I'm going back to try to show you both planets in the same field of view. It wasn't left, all right? Oh no, it was the other way, towards the right. And here we have them both in the field of view. So this is Venus, and here we have Jupiter with the Galilean moons out. Pretty nice. The clouds reflect a lot of sunlight, yeah. Why is Venus so much brighter? Yeah, it's an inner planet, so it's very close to the sun. It's closer to the sun than our Earth, so that's why it gets lots of sunlight. And Jupiter is further out, but still, Jupiter is a big planet, so I think Jupiter is right now it's around a -2 magnitude, but Venus is twice as bright at -4. It's 2 p.m. here outside in Philly. Yeah, Philadelphia, the streets of Philadelphia. I hope to get a clear sky so I can get out and see the conjunction. I hope you will, Kyle. And if you, again, if you cannot see it tonight, then tomorrow is even a better option to see the conjunction. And you can also just see it with the naked eye. If you go outside, you don't have a telescope, you still, I don't think you will notice the Galilean moons. Maybe if you have binoculars, maybe 7 times 50 binoculars would do it. You would also be able to see the 4 Galilean moons. And but yeah, you can clearly see the 2 planets in the night sky without any additional telescope or any binoculars. So that's also great for people who are just interested in the night sky but don't have actually the gear or a telescope to look at it. So it's for everyone. John, yes, of course, you're right. So yeah, I do actually have several tutorials on how to capture planets in the night sky and how to process the pictures you get from planets in the night sky, and what planetary imagers like me, if I would have the right setup, I would for sure do it. What we do is we don't take pictures of the planets, but we take a short video, a 1 or 2 minute video of a particular planet, and then we end up, of course, and we use a fast frame rate per second because these planets are so bright. There are specific planetary cameras. I don't have a planetary camera right now. This is like a deep sky camera I'm having in my telescope. But if you have a planetary camera, you can just have, for instance, a 1 minute video with 100 frames per second. And of course, then you will end up with 6,000 pictures, with 6,000 frames. And you can use particular software like AutoStackerd and Registax to actually stack the images and to sharpen the images. So you get a very nice picture of a planet from a backyard telescope. So that's always pretty cool to do. But actually the planets are now not in the best alignment, like it's not in opposition right now. So Jupiter was closest to Earth already in September, so it will be again somewhere around that time, I think, this year. And Venus, I don't know about Venus actually. So guys, 52 people here. I'm not reading your chats, I'm sorry. Let's see. Bess, clouded out in northern England. As per usual, yes, Bess, because I know the feeling. This is one of the first evenings we had. I think we have like we had 2 or 3 clear nights from the new year on. So January and February, and one of those nights was still pretty cold, with like below freezing. So yeah, it has been a bit hard in northwestern Europe to get a clear view of the night sky. But hopefully we will get back to clearer skies in March again. What software are you rocking? Well, this is SharpCap Pro. So I'm using SharpCap to capture the planets always. I don't know why, but I just like SharpCap. I think it's very intuitive. Good evening, Grisha. Kyle is here. Oh, I have scopes, an Edge HD, a Red Cat, an Explorer Scientific. Okay, Kyle, that's a good setup. So you can do everything. You can do some planetary imaging. You can do some deep. Hey, there's another plane, by the way. I'm still hoping maybe maybe a satellite, could be. It's not like a plane often has these 2 dots. So this might be a satellite crossing the field of view. I'm not sure. Could also be a plane, but Planes often have two of those bright lights, and they are like blinking, blink, blink, blink. And this is not what I see right now, so it's like a clear stripe. Anyway, this is also the way you can see the International Space Station. It's pretty bright when it passes your night sky. You have different apps, you can check it, like ISS Tracker. It's completely free to download and use. And it will give you the exact time and the position of the International Space Station from your location. So you can just check it out and then see this bright spot moving across the sky. And it's a little bit like this. You see, like right now with that satellite, I think. Hey, lots of folks here. Thanks, man. Hello from frozen Minnesota, Chris. Oh, I feel for you. Or are you having fun ice skating? I know that in the northern US and Canada you have a rough winter, right? So, yeah. How many FPS can you get when you crop Venus? John, I'm not... I would have to check with my planetary camera. So this is the ASI 2600 mono. This is definitely a deep sky camera. So I know that with my ASI 678 MC, so that's a color camera, I have been able to get like 200 frames per second even. And yeah, if you have then if you have it like a 1 or 2 minute video, you end up with 10,000, 20,000 frames in your video. Anyway, but this is the ASI 2600 mono. Is a cooled camera. It's a deep sky camera. So I don't know I have it limited to 15 frames per second actually, because I know that if I'm not doing that, it's just going to how do you say this? The connection will be lost. I don't know what the maximum frame rate of the ASI 2600 is. But it's always a good idea if you are really into planetary imaging to get a really close up. So you have to limit the field of view. You have here the capturing area. It's called. Can you see this? I don't know if you can see this. Oh, you can't. Let's see. So if I'm putting this to the here, this is the panel. It's still pretty small. So you can. It's better to check out one of the tutorials I did on planetary imaging on my channel. So if you're interested in planetary imaging, feel free to subscribe, and you can find some of those tutorials I've made in my somewhere on my channel. And let's see. So what I wanted to show you. So what I always do, if I would have a planetary camera, I would do two things. So first of all, so let's focus again on Jupiter before it passes the horizon, right? So let's put Jupiter in the center of my field of view. Of course, I'm always moving the wrong way. Okay, this is also pretty cool. Oh, a meteor. No, I'm just moving my telescope. Okay, so what I often do when I do planetary imaging is first get the planet in the center of the field of view, and then you want to limit your capture area as much as possible, of course. So maybe even 320 by 240. Oh, and actually I'm not having Jupiter in the field of view, so let me zoom out a little bit. Is it here? Yeah, here is it. Let's put it in the center again. So the less or the smaller your capturing area is, the higher your frame rate per second will be if you're going to take that video. Right, so very nice. The 4 gal. Oh, let's do it a bit more sensitive like this. Let's move that Jupiter into the center of my field of view. I'm always pressing the wrong buttons, especially when I'm live. This one? Nope. And here we go. So let's zoom in again. So this is like, I have a very wide field of view right now. So here we have the 320 by 240. And let's put it at 400. And then you can really tune back your exposure time. Like this. And we then also lower the gain. We can even see here. I already showed it to you, but let's show it to you again. This is the. Oh, you can see it's smaller. Let's put it in the center again. Let's try to do one more. Okay. You see how much faster my frame rate per second is. So when I move the camera, you see Jupiter like refreshing. So this is 12 frames per second, by the way. This is still for planetary imaging pretty slow. But I could try to do it like, is it actually capable of 60? Or maybe I can just do maximum. So here it hovers around 50 frames per second for the ASI 2600. And it's because it's not a planetary camera. But you can see now, you can see how many frames. So it takes 50 pictures basically for every second we're looking at Jupiter. So that's what planetary imaging is actually all about. And you don't want to take, you want to take an SCR file, so that's a specific video file, or you want to do, where is it actually? Oh, I'm at mono 16, so you can even go to mono 8. I think for planetary it doesn't matter so much. Then you also have an AVI option if you like that better. But I'm always capturing it in SCR. People have told me that gives you the best quality of quality video of a planet. Anyway, 80 people watching. That's cool, man. Hello, 80 people. Welcome to the stream. Hello from Brazil. Nice live. Thank you, Rafael Agostino. Russell is here. I've missed it. Which scope are you using? Russell, this is my my wide field deep sky setup. So this is not my Edge HD. It's telescope surface 80mm photo line. So that's an f6. So 480mm focal length, 80mm aperture telescope. So definitely not a planetary camera. But my intention, or actually I wanted to do some deep sky. That was my intention. I will still do that tonight. But yeah, the conjunction was out, Jupiter and Venus, so I thought it would be nice. So let's go back to this wide field of view again. I thought it would be nice to show you Jupiter and Venus. Let's try to increase the... So this is the wide field view again. I need to go to 1 second, I think, and then up the gain a bit. Here. So here we clearly see, here we can see the stars now also a little bit. That's cool. So we have Jupiter, the 4 Galilean moons, and the stars. And when we go, they're still pretty far apart. I think when you look at Venus and Jupiter with a naked eye, you can clearly separate the two in the night sky still. But you can catch them in one. If you have a DSLR camera, for instance, I think you can even go to 100 or maybe, yeah, this is like 500mm. So if you have a DSLR camera with this is an APS, this is comparable to an APS-C format DSLR camera with 500mm more or less focal length. So if you have a regular camera, you should be able to get the same picture if you have a zoom lens as I'm showing you right now. And maybe even a color picture, because I'm using a black and white camera right now for reasons I will not go into. Or maybe I will. Cloudy UK, yeah, Leon, I feel for you, but tomorrow is another opportunity. You can still catch, I think you will have a better view tomorrow of the conjunction than today. Mobile version. And so Anthony, I'm using the SharpCap Pro version. That's just a Windows capturing software. And SharpCap, you can download it for free, but the Pro version has some specific extras like polar alignment. I'm using a lot with SharpCap. I think it's really easy in SharpCap to do polar alignment. And yeah, you have live stacking and everything. I'm not sure what's included in the free version and what's included in the paid version. I think the paid version is also cheap. It's about £20, British pounds per year, something like that. So this is pretty easy to download and use. So I'm not sure what you mean, Anthony, with the mobile. I'm not using a mobile. I'm using a remote. I have a mini PC, like a desktop PC. No, not desktop, like a mini format PC. It's like a Dell. I always forget the name. Dell something workstation. So it's really small. It's like 30 centimeters in diameter, or like maybe it's something like that. So I put it then just under my my telescope, and put all the USB cables in there. And I have then a remote. It is connected to my Wi-Fi in my house, so I can show you the. Actually, this is the desktop image from that mini PC. Becky, thanks for all the videos and tutorials. I used so much of your advice a year ago choosing my equipment. Becky, thanks for the compliment. Thank you very much. That's why I put those tutorials out there. They're completely free to watch and use. And I just give my honest opinion on whatever. On gear and how I do my planetary imaging and how I do my deep sky imaging. And some people like it, other people want to do it another way. That's cool too. So I thought it's just nice. Nowadays we have free internet and YouTube to put out tutorials on how to do astrophotography and what kind of gear I use, so more people can enjoy the hobby. I see the planet from France. C'est bon. I'm very happy to speak with you. Benedict. C'est magnifique. My French is not that good. Très bien. Magnifique. Merveilleux. Something like that. Yeah, it's always cool. I think it's even cooler. Actually, I don't want to scare you away or anything, but it's actually cooler to look at it with the naked eye outside, and you see these planets floating in the night sky, and maybe you have a nice background. I don't know. Maybe you're at sea or in the mountains, or you are. Maybe that's also important to say. So these planets are so bright that you can see them even if you are in the city. So that's pretty cool. All I have is the PC version. Oh, Anthony, you're talking about Stellarium then? Is fast forward, can't skip ahead? Yeah, you can. If you are talking about Stellarium, Anthony, I can show you. So this is the virtual view again. So you see Venus and Jupiter are about to hit. Oh, wait. Can you see it now? Yeah, you can see it, but where are the planets? So maybe here I have. Let me show it. Let me help you out, Anthony. Oh, this is the actual time. So we see Venus and Jupiter are about to set in the evening sky here. Let me go back a little bit. Can you actually see what I'm doing? No, not really. So let me reduce this is the entire picture. I have a bit of a broad monitor, so it's a bit tricky to show you. But if you, this is Stellarium. Bit of a funky view, but here, if you just go here below, on the bottom left of your screen, you have a play button here. You can, this is like the zandloper, I would say. I don't know, it's sand something. You can click on that so you have the actual time and date. But of course you can press the rewind button, so you can go back in time. It's actually Vesta out there. So that's another asteroid in the asteroid belt, one of the biggest ones. And here you can see you can go forward by pressing the forward button. And then there's also this date, like, I hope you can see it. So here's date and time. You can go here on the left. You can click on that little clock here, and then you can like go forward in time. So this is the view right now on the 28th of February, or February 28th. I'm not sure how to pronounce it in English. We would say 28th of February, but and then this is tomorrow, the 1st of March at 8 o'clock, 5 minutes after 8, 6 minutes after 8. So you can play around with this And that's very useful when you're trying to plan like a deep sky session, so you can see what kind of objects are out there in the solar system, but also in the universe. And you can plan your session like this, ahead of time. So let's kill Stellarium here. So guys, I think we're time is almost up. I will check outside if Venus and Jupiter are about to hit the horizon. I think I think Venus is still here. Venus and Jupiter, they are here for maybe another 10-20 minutes, I think. So they were still a bit up in the sky. Actually, for this particular view, I put my telescope on the roof of my house to get like the maximum field. How do you say this? Like the maximum view on like from the how can I say it? So yeah, I have an east. I have a balcony, but that balcony is like focused towards the east, east, north, east, south. So I can catch that particular part of the sky, and stars are always moving from east to west in the night sky, if you look towards the south at least. So I thought for this particular conjunction I have to put my telescope all the way up my rooftop. I have a flat rooftop, and I risked my life a bit with a ladder to put everything up there. And actually I'm really glad that I have the AM5. So I use a very lightweight new telescope mount from ZWO. So I'm testing that mount out. Some people have asked me when my review is coming out on that mount, but I have had so many cloudy nights that I didn't have a good chance to test it yet. So this is actually one of the first times I'm using that mount with my telescope. So this one, the ASI AM5. And I know that there are a lot of good reviews out there already, but before I give my opinion, I just want to spend a couple of nights with it at least to get a good idea of how this mount performs. But tonight, one of my first impressions is that it's super light. It's like 5 kilograms, so it's super lightweight, and I could actually just go up my rooftop and take that mount with me. We're just using one hand. And there's a carbon tripod, so it's very lightweight, and it's very portable, especially compared to my super heavy-duty Skywatcher EQ6R Pro. But anyway, that's all a bit technical for the Astro guys. So once again, if you just tuned in, we have Venus here on the bottom right, and we have Jupiter on the top leftish. And there's a lot. This is definitely plain. And the Galilean moon. So what shall we do? I think we can spend another 30 minutes, and then Jupiter will be below the horizon. What do you want to see? Maybe we can go one last time, but we go for Jupiter, because it's nice to see the Galilean moons up close, I think, at least. So I'm doing that. Can you see it? Did I? Yeah. So let's get that mount out of the way. Oh no, I actually... So this is like the remote control of the mount if you use the ASCOM server. So I was delighted to see that the ASCOM was working, because I have a lot of... Yeah, I'm old school astrophotographer. I'm already I think on my 9th year in astrophotography. So I use a lot of different astrophotography software, where ASCOM is really the standard. So I'm really delighted to see that the ASI mount, the AM5, did support ASCOM, and so far it works with... I tried it with SharpCap, as you can see here, and I tried it with Sequence Generator Pro, and seems to be working fine. So I also did the photo alignment. It wasn't too difficult. It's a bit, because the mount is so lightweight, you really need to take, you need to, what do I want to say? My English. So you really need, if you want to do polo alignment, it's super lightweight. So when you make even a small adjustment, then already it will show you like a big change in your like left, right, and up and down your altitude and azimuth. Anyway, we'll do the review when I'm done testing this mount. I hope somewhere in this month. And I promised you a close-up of Jupiter just before it sets the horizon. So let's try to get that. Here we go. Here we go. Something like this. And now we are zoomed in. So let's go back to 8. So here we have the 4 Galilean moons. So once again, Io is closest to Jupiter. I think the orbital period of Io is about 1 or 2 days. I can check it for you. So anyway, we have Io, what was it? Oh my god. Io, Europa, and the middle one was... oh, we have Io, Ganymede, Callisto, and Europa, apparently. Oh, I'm on the wrong date. Okay, wait. I was freaking out here. Yeah, we've Io, Ganymede, and Europa. And Callisto. This is Callisto, Io, Ganymede, Europa. So let me check. Io, what is the orbital velocity? 17 kilometers per second. But this, oh yeah, here, sidereal period. I guess this is like one circle around Jupiter. So one orbit around Jupiter will take Io only 1.7 days. So every almost 2 days, it will cross the surface of Jupiter. Pretty cool. So let's check for Ganymede. So Ganymede has a sidereal period of 7 days, more or less. So it takes Ganymede 7 days to orbit Jupiter. And Europa, oh, Europa is actually faster, 3.5 days. So that's Europa is actually closer to Jupiter than Ganymede. So you see these 2D images I'm showing you, these live views. So you would say, based on the picture I'm showing you, that Io is closest, then Europa, and then Europa is Io, and then Ganymede, and then Europa, based on this picture. But it's actually Io is closest, then the farthest out, Europa on the right, is the second closest, 7 days, and then Ganymede takes 7 days. So yeah, 2 days for Io, about 3.5 days for Europa to orbit Jupiter, and about 7.16 days for Ganymede, and Callisto 16.69, so almost 16.7 days. So that's not a month, but it's getting close. So you see that they are on different planes here. And you can't really appreciate that when you see the 2D live view, because that's always tricky. And the same goes for the conjunction. So these planets appear very close in the night sky, but actually they are hundreds of millions of miles or kilometers apart. So don't worry about planets crashing into each other. Despite all the sensational YouTube channels out there that want to show you something else, or want to make you believe something else. I know it's clickbait, and I know it's good money, but there's always there's also something to be said about telling the truth. So pretty cool. So let's once again limit the exposure. So you can see when I limit the exposure, the planet gets smaller and smaller. And here, if you look very carefully, oh, you need to look very carefully. Maybe I can down the gain a bit, and then up the exposure again. You can't see the 2 cloud bands, but you have to have a good eye. Let me show you this. Yeah, this is the closest I can get with this setup. Go to the center. Woo! Yep, that's it. It's like a ping pong ball. Can you see the cloud bands? Yeah, you can. You can. Astronomers who lie are not astronomers. Maybe they are astrologers. Oh, I'm afraid to say that. A lot of people will tune out. Let's see. Here we have the 4 Galilean moons. What is the name of the planet behind the moon, please? Saturn. Is there a planet behind the moon? Let's see. Mars, I guess, Benedict, because that's pretty close to the moon, I was thinking. It's Mars, definitely. So you have the moon in the south, high up in the sky right now. It's like 64% illuminated. Do you want to see the moon? I can show you the moon if you want. And Mars is on the right side of the moon. So what is it, like the day of the week? You have, like in France, you have the different days of the week. You have lundi and mardi. So lundi, that would be moon day, and mardi would be Mars day. And they are, I think, I have a video on what's out there in the night sky this month. And I know that Mars and the moon, I forgot the exact date, but they are they are already very close, but they will, I think later on in the month, they will be even closer in the night sky. So that's pretty cool to watch. Let's get back to the overview. Just one final look at this conjunction today. And once again, if you miss it today because of clouds, try to take a look tomorrow, because the planets will be even closer together. Right, is the stream still up? I think so. Yeah. So guys, thanks so much for joining, by the way. Always appreciate it. And I know I didn't do a lot of live streams lately, mainly because, yeah, cloudy nights. I need to move to the south of France or maybe Spain. But yeah, I'm in the Netherlands. I'm close to the UK and to Germany, so yeah. It's a sea climate. Here you can see that now you can actually see Venus hitting the tree here. Do you see it? So yeah, we're really in the final parts of this, for me at least, of the conjunction. If you are in the US, of course, it's still daytime. You will still see more or less the same field of view tonight, when it is already below the horizon for me. But anyway, you should be able to see Venus and Jupiter a little bit closer together, because every hour Jupiter will move a little bit closer to Venus, or maybe the other way around. It's orange, yes, Benedict. So Venus is so bright that it seems to be burning the tree. The branch of the tree here. So I'll really go up and gain. Maybe you can see it. You see the tree here? Yeah, you can. Ooh. Here, you can also see now. So you see it? Like it's this, these are 1 second pictures. You can see it slowly moving below the horizon. Let's take 1 second pictures here. Tick, tick, tick. Yeah. So these are the final views I can give you, with the tree in the foreground and the stars in the background. You see that the tree is a little bit out of focus. It's pretty far away, but still it's not at infinity. But that's maybe only for nerdy photographers to see, to be interested by that. You can see here, this is a branch of the tree. You can clearly see here the tree. It's not aliens taking over the world. So yeah, I'm almost done. And then yeah, people can go back to other channels that show you a fake view. No, people have to do what they have to do. Oh. Shall we stay until the end? Yeah, let's watch it until Venus will actually set. So guys, sorry, I didn't pay attention to the chat. Oh, it's slowly moving. Why Venus? Let's see. Still have to work on my English. Yeah. It's definitely not my native language. Let's see. I'm going to check. I think it will hit the horizon in about 1 or 2 minutes. I'm going to check outside if that is the case. Yeah, almost gone. Whew. James Truelove, hello from Florida, USA. I always appreciate your live streams. Thanks, James. I appreciate you telling me. And what a nice last name you have. So we're almost hitting the horizon. Let's see if the AM5 can cope with that. So Jupiter also hitting the tree tops. Work on English, and I'm happy to inform you it's better than some native speakers. Nah, I don't think so. But thanks. Yeah, can I pronounce your handle? $2 Dobsonian Power. Thanks, man. And I guess you use a Dobsonian then. Greetings from the southern lands. Is that Belgium? The southern lands. Which country are you talking about? Dobsonian. I'm curious. Let me know. Oh. Yeah. I'm now kind of curious how long this view will last. I live in the US and can't understand a word people say from the Bajo area. The Bajo? Alright. Portugal. Oh man, you have some clear skies in Portugal, I think, right? Although you're also close to the seaside, of course. Portugal is a really a beautiful country. But I only been to the south of Portugal. Yeah, the Algarve. Oh, you are from the Algarve. That's a beautiful coastline you have. But are you Portuguese or are you English living there? Benedict, my English is bad because I'm French. Well, I'm Dutch and I know I have an accent too. French is a beautiful language, so everybody should try to speak some French because I can't speak French. C'est le plus beau langue du monde. Du monde? Du monde? Any view of the moon? Oh yeah, Astro Republic. Yeah, I'm having some doubts about shall I show you the moon? It would take some time to get my telescope focused on the moon, but the reason why I didn't is that I've named this live stream the Jupiter-Venus conjunction. I can go maybe on later tonight and then show you just my regular deep sky imaging and some views of the moon. Or maybe we can finish with the moon. So let's wait a little bit. Do you like this still, or are you getting annoyed by these trees? Let me know. Thanks for the live. I can see the conjunction from my window in France, close to Luxembourg. Good to see the moon on the live. Okay. Merci beaucoup. Rien du tout. Whoa. It is kind of like science fiction like to see these tree lines moving in front of the planet. Okay. I will try to show you, but I have to, because I'm an idiot, I didn't install the right software in SharpCap yet. I was trying to, I was going to do it. Let me try and show you a quick moon-like picture. So let me add here, this is Sequence Generator Pro. What are the coordinates of the moon? Live, in the sky live. Let's check out the moon. Major objects, the moon. Okay. Right ascension is 054222, 054222, apparently. Declination of the moon is, and we are going to check the moon. The declination of the moon is 26 56 14. 26 56 14. Okay. Click on it. Okay, this is the moon. Let's go back to that live view. Oh, it's still out there. It's still out there. Okay, guys. I'm going to kill the camera view for a little while. So let's go to Sequence Generator Pro. And let me try and connect my camera here. Filter wheel here. ASI mount here. Appears to work. And let's try to move to the moon. So guys, we are now going away from the Venus-Jupiter conjunction. So this will be one quick view of the moon. Yep, here we go. Hopefully I will get a wide picture now. That would mean that I'm focused on the moon. And yeah, baby. All right. Yes, thank you very much. SharpCap, you did your job. I will cancel you now. And the ASI, can it also do lunar tracking? Oh, can it or can't it? It's equatorial. I don't know. Ah, this is maybe one first thing I notice about this. I don't see the moon option. Interesting. Anyway, let's go to the moon. Here we go. ASI. So this is another. This is the. Nope. Ah, here we go. Oh, the moon is so bright. Here it is. Maybe I should go to 100 gain. Ooh, beautiful. But a bit strange. I think the it should be this, right? Anyway, that's nice. Let's zoom in a bit. Maybe have this view. Do you like this? Whoa, here we go. The moon. Yes. So let's put it in the center. Here we go. Let's go down a bit on the. Here we have the moon nicely. Always nice to look at the moon. I think this is one of the best times. It's about half lit. It's a half moon. Yeah, it's like 64% lit. And then you still have like the sun is shining on the moon, but the moon's like the craters you can see here, they still also show a little bit of a shadow, and it's producing a nice picture. Anyway, here we are, the moon. Let me stay with it for a while. This is again this picture I show you. You would see it also if you have a camera with a tele lens, like a 400 or 500 millimeter tele lens. It will give you this field of view more or less. So if you don't want to buy a telescope and go through all the hassle of setting that up with the camera, yeah, the moon is still also a good target to just capture with your camera and a zoom lens. So pretty cool view of the moon, I have to say. It's not. Is it now focused? I think this is as good as it gets for this camera. Maybe we can go down a bit, like 1000 by 1000 pixels. Okay. Let's put it back in the center again. Whoa. Our closest neighbor. So, for people just tuning in, rewind the stream. I showed you the conjunction, but this is a final look at the moon. Maybe we should also go to Mars then. Eh? Apparently, according to Benedict, it was out. Yeah, what can we say? It's 46% lit. The moon. What is the distance of the moon right now? Let me check that for you. It is about 300 and no, that cannot be 395,000 kilometers. No. Distance from the sun. We need the distance from the Earth. Anyway, absolute magnitude. So the moon will set at 5 a.m. tonight, so you will have a long time to look at the moon. It will be out in the night sky throughout the night basically, but I'm a little bit puzzled, but because my stellarium is telling me that the moon is almost 400,000 kilometers away, and I know that that cannot be the case. Sidereal. The moon is 8.7 days old. It's a waxing gibbous. Can we go even closer? Dunk. Whoa, look at the craters here. Cool, isn't it? Always cool to look at the moon. So especially when you look where the sunlit side goes over into the shadows and the night side, you have that those beautiful shadows on the moon. It's always what I like to look at. Yep. So I should tell you more about the moon, but I don't know the names of all the craters. I always have to look that up. There are a lot of apps that show you the exact names of each of the craters. I know this is the Montes Apenninus part. It's the part I like most. Anyway. Okay, I think I'm going to end this live stream about the conjunction. Thank you so much for joining. Let me give you one last look at the moon in its full... Oh, I zoomed in even more here. I think this is a nice overall view, right? Here. Oh yeah, here this is also nice. This is the moon as we see it more or less, right? But then with a good quality view of the craters. of course, when you look at the moon with the naked eye, you always have this like it outshines the craters, so you cannot really see. You can see the mares, but not really that. You need a telescope and a camera with a limited I'm now at 2 milliseconds exposure time, and then you can really see these craters. Anyway, I think I'm going to really end this live stream now. Thank you so much for joining. I hope maybe to give you another clear view of the conjunction tomorrow, because it's even closer. Venus and Jupiter will be even closer together. And yeah, with this final picture, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. I think this is a bit nicer. With this picture, I'm going to say goodbye, and thank you so much for watching, and see you next time on another live stream. And if you like this kind of content, subscribe to the channel, of course. Bye bye. And if you like